Good morning. Why did the music not stop? There we go. I've got one more thing, two more things. Set up. Give me just a moment. Speakerbot. There we go, Speakerbot. I just need to hook up TTS and SFX. Cool. Should be good. How is audio? The music seems a little bit loud. That'll be fine. Alright, today I am building a website for my cat. You can see that website here. Hell yeah. Obviously it's very dumb and simple at the moment because I spent a lot of time last stream messing around, which I will also do this stream. I have also got excuse me, so that I can explain things visually, because that's how I like to represent my life. I have a lucid chart. If you've never seen this, you can put stuff on screen and all that jazz. So when I'm explaining things, you'll have like a visual picture of what's going on. Now, my goal is not to educate you in how to build software. Rather, I'm going to show you how I've done this, and then you can replicate that at your own risk. Because I will be a little bit lazy and cut a few corners, but that's fine. The first thing I want to do today, my cat is sitting behind me yelling. Where's he at? Hang on. He desperately wants attention and is now misbehaving, knocking things off shelves. I just need to not buy into it. I don't negotiate with small orange terrorists. Now he's sitting across the room and yelling at me. I don't know why I'm making this guy a website. That seems very Doesn't seem like he deserves it. Anyway, what I did over the last few days is I went through and I found a bunch of photos of my cat, and I added them here. The primary one we're going to focus on today is this one. This photo, I posted this to Instagram. I like this photo. It's a little bit funny, a little bit silly. Yeah, so my idea is to have this blurry photo of my cat be the kind of focal point of the website right here. And I've got ideas for how to do that. But first I need to refresh myself on what I did the last time, which is... I don't remember. It's been a while and I didn't write anything down. Right, CSS. I added colors to the CSS, and now I need to find out where I set them. Base. There we go. I guess these images could go in assets. That might be better. I'll move it if I decide to do that. Got our mid color. Is that what I'm actually using? No, I'm using mid dark for the background, which is fine. I might want to change it to mid. It's a little bit dark. No, it's not here. Oh, the background is set in this base file. See what it looks like just as mid. So I've got a program here called Concurrently, I'm pretty sure, that is running everything together. It's running a Node backend and a Vite front end, so that I can update things on the fly. So if we go back, oh, you can't even see the code I'm looking at. I gotta remember to close this properly. This is now updated to mid color, and I think I like this a little bit better. Maybe I could do like a gradient or something with the background, but I'm not gonna worry about that right now. First things first, let's just slap the image on there. I gotta remember just to close that so that it shows this page back up. Now, on the page header, which is going to be in my components, under header, under global, my bad. We have Snack the Cat here, and then under that I'm going to add an image. Now I very, very rarely use images in websites when I build them because I don't have to. They're kind of a pain. That's not it. Should just be this, right? And then I give it a source. Or do I give it an href? Let me look, because I've not used images in a while. It is source, okay. Image, source. It'll end up being in package that we look for it anyway. So it'll be images slash snack capital. Is that dot anything? Dot JPEG. Okay. No. Failed to resolve import. Does the image tag work differently in Vue? Hang on. Okay, I'm gonna do this. There we go. That should fix it. That looks good. Should be refreshed properly. It's a little bit, I think it's a little bit too large. What do you think? Do you think this is too large? I think it has to change. I also need an alt tag that will describe what the image is. Blurry close-up of an orange cat. Named Snack. There we go. The reason you put an alt tag here is because people using screen readers, which are, if you're blind, you need to have websites dictated to you over by like a synthetic voice on the computer. And obviously the voice can't do images just yet. I'm sure they'll hook like an LLM up to it to analyze the photo and then describe exactly what's going on. But for now, it just reads the alt tag. And it's like, hey, this is a blurry close-up of an orange cat named Snack. There's more you can do. You can give commentary about why the photo's there, but we should be fine. And then I'm going to give it a class. Header image. And then in my style down here, I can add header image. That way, if I ever do another page and I want to have a centerpiece image for that page, I can just reuse this or move this to a different class, right? So we want to define a width. I'm going to say I want this to be, I don't know. I would say 50% of the defining container is probably fine, right? I want it to be kind of small at the center of the page, so I'm going to use 50%. And then height will be auto. This just maintains the scaling on the image. Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. Damn it. Yeah, this will take a little bit of getting used to. I've got this image with an alt and a class. And then down here in the style, I've got a CSS for the class that I gave it. That's setting the width to 50% of whatever's containing it, and then auto on the height, just to maintain the aspect ratio there. And I don't need that terminal anymore. Okay, let's jump back. I want to see what changed. This seems fine. Oh, my cat's yelling over there. Hey, buddy, you want to come talk on the mic? Snack, come here. Snackson, come here. Come on, you want to talk on the mic? The people at home would love that. No? Alright. That was nice. What do I need now? This needs to be centered. How do I do that? Landing content? Oh, this should be header content, right? Oh, you still can't see it because I clicked the wrong button. I'm so used to a different workflow here. That broke it really bad. I changed, this used to be called landing content because it was on a different page. I changed to header content, and now it's really borked everything. They are now in the way that they are, which is not great. And if I'm being honest, I don't really know how to fix it, so I know how to fix it. Because I'm smart. This should be header title. This should be... Hang on. I'm gonna parent this stuff a little bit different. Snack the cat. This H1 should get a width 100% as well. I'm very used to Mac, so I'm trying to like Alt Control and then Alt or Windows Control and Windows V for everything. But I'm on Windows, so it's Control. Actually, I think if you find your keyboard correctly, it's Control on Mac as well. But I'm lazy, and I didn't change the config. I don't think this worked. Oh, it did work. This is exactly what I wanted, and I think it looks very, very good. Okay. That was easy. CSS is easy, kids. Don't use Bootstrap at all. Just do manual CSS like a maniac, like I'm doing. Now what I want is I want there to be a border around the image, offset from the image by a few pixels. Snack has found a cardboard box to sit in. You want to see a funny picture of my cat? Hang on. Or just a few funny pictures? This is what the website's for, but I figure we can indulge a little bit here. I got plenty of photos of it. Look. See this? Do you see this man? I think he was begging for treats or something. Chilling. Look at that photo. He has so many toys. He's... routinely, I will just buy a thing of toys for him. And then... he doesn't play with them very often, I'll be honest. He sleeps a lot. He spends most of his time running between all the windows in my apartment and just looking out and staring at birds and cars and things. It's very funny. I got a photo of him biting my arm. See this? This is my arm. And those are his teeth. It sank deep into the flesh of my forearm. This one was recent. I took this to the vet because he was having a tummy ache, and he was so scared of the vet that he crawled behind me into the corner and hid, which was very cute. Oh, this one. I had a bunk bed in my my last place because my room was the legally smallest possible room you can rent. So I built a loft, and he would just sit on top of the loft and stare at me for hours. Just like this, for multiple hours. What else? I did my laundry a few days ago, and he took over the whole bed while the sheets were off of it. He thought this was very clever, because he usually sleeps down here at the foot of the bed. But this time he decided to sit up at the top. It was very cute. Okay, we can't keep looking at this. I'm so distracted. What was I doing? I'm adding a border to the image. So what that's gonna look like is I'm gonna call it, it's gonna be a div, which is a divider, I think that's why it's called div. Then I'm gonna give a class mid-dark border, quarter, no border please. Sure, I'll just add it down here. Can I shrink to justify? Oh, actually, we're gonna see. What is the border settings for divs? I also don't use borders a lot. CSS property. There we go. Border CSS. Border solid. Oh, I can give it a rem. I don't really want it to have a rem. I want it to be like 3. You can do millimeters for measurements. I did not know that. 3 pixels. Solid. And then I need the, that's what, var dash dash mid dark. Save. And when we hop back to here, it's broken. Yay! Oh, this width is too high. And it's not centering the item inside of it, which is an issue. How do I want to do this? It's width. I don't know. I'm a little bit confused on what I should do now. Oh, you can't even see it. Cool. So I need to change his width property. Its height is fine. It also needs a padding all around it. Padding. No, just padding. And it'll be 1 rem all the way around. Oh, can I just do padding in 1 rem and get the whole thing in one go? Is that a viable strat? Yeah, that works. Okay, I also want this to be 5 pixels. And then... Can I do fit content for a width? I can. You bet your ass I can. With fit content. Height. Fit content. There we go. This is not right. Does that actually take? What are your styles? No, fit content's working, which means that the image content is too big now. No, it means that this is broken still for some reason. That it's not correctly calculating the width. Like, this is not the width of the content. If I had made it a square image, that would have helped me out greatly, but I didn't, so I'm suffering the consequence of my actions. What will I do about this? The content size is calculated using the following formula. So min out of max content Interesting. It's still not working though, which is... I don't know what this changes, but I'm interested in seeing what pasting these into the code actually does, so I'm gonna do this. Mid-dark border. I don't know what inline size and block size actually does, but I'm gonna see if it does anything cool. No. Turns out the answer was no. I can set the width to... Oh, thanks, Nightbot. Nightbot definitely just nuked a ViewBot advertiser. So great times. I could just set the width to be 50%, right? Would this not work? I'll set the height to auto. Did I do it? No, it's still fucking not great. This has like a weird aspect ratio built into it. Oh, this is defined by width 50. Bad. Bad, not good. Because now it's inside of this, so it thinks it's going to be half the size of that. I'm going to change it. I'm going to have the div be inside of my image tag. And I don't know if I can do this. But I'm going to try. I'm going to break things. Probably. We can also pop this back out. Does it not like this? Okay, you can't use an image tag as the end. I could layer the mid-dark border on top of it. Maybe I can give the image the border? I don't know. See. What did this do? Oh, you weren't even seeing the code because I was irresponsible again. This is fine. Now it's too small. Mid-dark border. And it's going to have these values, and it's not going to have any height or width, and this is going to be different. And I'm going to save, and you still can't see it. I don't know why that happened. I did click close correctly, and this is broken now. Hell yeah. Why is it broken? Why is it broken? Anyway, I just gave this another class as well. With the border and the padding and the stuff. As for why it suddenly changed, I don't know. This is what people say when they say they don't like CSS. This is what they're talking about. This kind of back and forth between you and the computer trying to get things to line up correctly. Very, very annoying. And I know you can use tools to build UI out in without just programming it, but I don't want to download those tools, and Mom didn't raise a coward, so I'm doing it the hard way. I've also got some time to kill. I've actually only got till 4. I have to go watch my mom's dogs. Okay. We gotta focus and figure out why it's broken. Cat website. Why is the image suddenly so wide? The image was never this wide before. Styles mid-dark border. It's border and it's padding, that's right. The image though. Wait. The answer. I'm stupid. The answer is that I'm dumb. I didn't give it the right class. I gave the class to the wrong tag. Hooray. This is what I was trying to achieve. An image central to the page with a mid-dark border around it. That's all I had planned for today. It has been 30 minutes. I don't know why that took so long. That was advice that we got in college, which is that whenever you estimate how long something's going to take, the website is not correct. Hang on. That scaling is correct. This is not. How is the page width higher than 100% right now? No, that is not right. Is the one rim of padding? No, something else. The advice I got in college was that whenever you estimate how long something's going to take, multiply it by like 2 or 3. So if you think something's going to take 10 minutes, give it 20 or 30. And that's, for my money, been spot on. Every time I've estimated how long it's going to take, it takes at least double. Because we're bad at estimating times, humans. We're real shabby with that sort of thing. What was I doing? The page is incorrect. I think this has something to do with not the landing page. What's on the landing page? Is it with the app? It's with the app. This is the viewport width, right? So we're giving it padding on the left and right equal to the viewport width, and I don't think that's correct. This container should be 100%. That's fine. And then, do we even need a content box? I should just be able to give this the padding. And it should be 10%. 10% of 100%. Which is 10%. And then we need the top padding. Yes, there's an easier way to do this. I'm aware. And then we just cut the content out. We don't need content anymore. We have soup, and that's gimmick enough. Oh shit, you can't see the code at all. Oh, now it's offset to the right? What? Here's what I changed. I moved everything into this container. And I gave it these attributes. And I thought that might fix it, and I'm not sure why it didn't. What if... What does my index look like? I don't even ESLint config open. ID app. In my base CSS, can I edit that app to be 100%? With 100%, and we're inside the body, right? What if I just don't have any of this stuff? What if I just take all this away? No, that would be stupid. What if I don't tell this to be 100%? That looks right. Does this not look right? It's the correct width. These are centered enough for my taste. Yeah, you know what? I like it. I'm actually gonna rename this to content. Because I think it's a convention. It's not a standard, but it is conventional. We'll copy this in to here. And that's awkwardly silent. I'd like to solution that in just a moment. I'm out of music in this folder. There we go. Here's where things get variant. You can't even see the code. I changed this to say content, and then I CSS'd that. So now it's correct. I wish that it would just pull up my active window. It does not. I need to close this window entirely for that to happen. Now, I don't know that I want these left justified. I might want them center justified. Or even center left justified. We'll see. We will see. So now we've got Snack the Cat. Maybe we want like a nav bar to go to all the different sections. Right here. About, pictures, and video. Or even icons that represent them. We could do that. I could Illustrator that stuff. Okay. What is my next thing? I should adjust the size of these. They want to be about half the size of the main title here. I should also throw this up in as like a prototype site so that you all can go look at it. I think that'd be fun. You still can't see this. I clicked the wrong button again. There we go. We've got a landing page. We've got all these H2s on the landing page. And I want to change this a little bit. So you can see that under components I've got global, I've got header, which is a bunch of other stuff from a different project. And projects, which is empty, and I'm going to delete it now. Oh, I've also got Git. I didn't show this last time, but I have GitHub open. So I can show you what the GitHub side of this looks like. You can see the initial commit. This is a private repo, by the way. I'm probably not going to share this code. Because I don't know why you'd want to see my website code. You can literally see it right here. I'm doing the whole thing on stream. Yeah, but I will save this at some point today. So, oh, is this loading Throbber? I'm not loading anything this time, I would think. Maybe if I do a web request for the images, I could do that. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I like that idea. I don't know how that would work in practice. Yeah, add a new folder for the backend and its images. And then we have an excuse to do some node stuff. Yeah. It's a bit of an artificial sort of thing we're doing, but I think it'll be fun. So the only thing that's in our public images is this snack image. And for the actual image and video portion, the video I'm going to pull from YouTube, hosting video is a pain and is very, very expensive. For just the images, I guess I'll throw them all in this folder, and then at some point maybe I can hook up a database so that I can push new images here. There's a whole bunch of work on the back end that you didn't see about these images, which is like cropping, editing, changing metadata, essentially sanitizing them so they can't, so you can't dox me as easily. But what do I want to do? I get so distracted. Since I'm not going to have a lot of components, I don't think I need to really pull them out into a ton of folders. I will just add one here, which is going to be about.view. Typically this would be its own page, but I'm loading everything as one continuous scroll, so I don't need to do that. And then I can just copy over whatever. This is fine. Does it need a script? It's good styling to give it a script. I think. I know the lint is going to complain about it, but I couldn't care less. This will say about. About. We'll have a div with some sort of something. This is actually good that it centers it. Oh, I could do that. Here is my trouble. Well, actually, I'll share my trouble in a second. We need our H2 tag here. There's going to be another way to do this I will think about in a moment. That involves slots and things that you don't know about. 5rem, change this to 3. Text align. What are my options? Start and left. I guess left is fine. And then I'm going to get rid of the header content and image here. Save. Why are you complaining? Do you want some sort of comment? Component name about should always be multi-word. Oh yeah. About section. So in Vue, you want everything here to be multi-word because a lot of these standard stuff is single word. It won't throw proper error. Like, I don't think that would have actually stopped my progress any. She did not throw an actual error. But it does violate standards in that it will cause errors on some systems, so we're gonna leave it. Let's look back at the site now and see what's changed. Oh, sorry. I forgot the most important part, which is that I need to import about section from this, and then I need to actually use it here. About section. Don't need that twice. Thanks, VS Code. Now back to the page. We should see a slight difference. This is a bigger header, which is great. Kind of vibes a bit more with this and this. And now everything that I just did, I'm going to change slightly. So I need to remember to close this. Up here in global, I'm going to add another component, which is going to be a subheader. And I will just do a subheader dot view, and that is actually going to be what this is. So we've got our about, and then we're going to have a slot here. What the slot allows you to do is essentially, in the parent, you can define info that goes into this slot, and it will get put into this component. That allows you to do a whole bunch of things that we'll talk about. But for now, what that means is... Oh, and I'm actually to change this as well. How does this work again? Props, right? Let me refresh myself really quick. Oh, you know what might actually have it is any of the progress bar stuff. Yep, here we go. That way I don't need to go looking through docs right now. So we've got constant props. I only need the one, which is title. Is it title? A title's fine. Type is string. And it is required. I don't know if it needs to be required, but it's required for now. It wants a capital S for string. How do I actually use the props, though? Props dot whatever, okay. Props dot title. Oh yeah. So what this does is essentially the double brackets here says evaluate whatever's in here as JavaScript, but also escape it. So you can just type JavaScript code directly into here, and whatever the value it returns will be escaped. Which means that, you know, if a user ever passed content into this, you couldn't like paste HTML in and have that evaluate. Which stops certain cross-site scripting attacks from happening. That's my understanding of the thing anyway. That's really all that matters of how I understand the world. On the landing page, we're going to import a different something. I'll still use the about section, but it's going to change. P. Hello world. This will go away. Go back to the landing page. Instead of just having an about section here, I'm going to import subheader. And then I'm going to split it up into a starting and closing tag. And I'm going to paste my about section in here. I will also need to give it a title. The title will be about. And now we've got a programmatic way to add a ton of these subheaders with the same styling and the same spacing all over our document, like so. Pictures, we've got videos, and so on. Now, if I head back to our website here, webpage, it's broken. There I was being all authoritative. Why is this wrong? Oh, okay, that's right. When you give a what are these called? I don't know. When you give whatever the property is, the colon in front of it, it tells the interpreter to, or the compiler, to treat whatever's in the quotes as JavaScript, but these aren't JavaScript because they're strings. So there we go. Good job, us. Now, if we go back to the page, look at us, it's correct. Yippee. Yippee. Okay, the reason I'm gonna have these left justified instead of center justified is because on smaller devices, I actually don't know what's gonna happen here, so bear with me. I've actually had to wait. It's on smaller devices. Everything will be more left justified in smaller devices. So that's it. I really never want this to wrap. I guess this is fine. But that's way too thin, right? What is mobile? Oh, that's chill. On mobile, I definitely want the image to be bigger. It's too small, 50%. Everything else is chill. On mobile, I actually want the spacing up here to be different as well. Okay. Like, I think this fits well on browser. It's very, like, central to the page. On mobile, the spacing up here is like the forehead of the page is just way too big. I will adjust that in a while. Now, our about section. What is the... Sorry, I blanked completely. The Latin filler text. Copy, paste. There we go. See how that does. Then we're gonna take a quick break. That's fine. There's no paragraph breaks because I didn't add them, but that's good filler. Good enough anyway. We're gonna take a quick break. Good morning. I've returned. Okay. Now, sorry, I needed to step away and regain composure. Got our about. I will go through and write this on my own time, because you probably don't need to sit here watching me, like, write, and then edit and proofread, and revise and all that stuff. It's very boring. Now let's do pictures. That should be fun. I will template this in my head, or we'll template it with a simple image, and then I'll have it pull from the routes. So, speaking of writing and editing, last night, for the first night in almost 2 months, I sat down and I wrote 300 words of my book that I'm writing. And it was awesome. It was, well, I mean, the writing wasn't great because I haven't written anything in a while, but it's like riding a bike. And I know I need to go through and rewrite this whole first half of the book anyway, so I'm not too torn up about it. But it's cool, I'm almost done. I'm almost halfway through my first draft of a full novel, which is wild. My full first draft is going to be like half or 3/4 of the final length of the book, because I'm not doing a very good job, but I mean, I don't really care. If the book ends up being 60,000 words, I'd rather it be 60,000 good words than 80,000 words and then like 20,000 just nothing, nonsense, filler bullshit. Let me get a route going. Hang on, I'm gonna pull up a new window here. I'm gonna open a different project. More. Oh, you can't even see this. What does my route look like here? Fuck it, I will just copy this over. This is gonna error, but that's fine. Oh, you can't even see it. That gives me time to proofread everything, which is fine. What am I doing now? I actually need to fix things. Hang on. New folder. Content is fine. File. Ba 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 do. Bo bo. Actual router will look like this. And then does this use my router at all? No. Sorry, I know you can't see what I'm seeing right now. I am just double checking. I'm pulling stuff from a different project, so I don't need to go back through docs to figure stuff out again. Okay, I do have the router installed. That's good. Instead of projects, it's going to be content. Projects require content.root.js. And I'll explain a little bit how this works in a second. This isn't some sort of protected word. We'll see. And this does not need projects.js because that's not the current thing I'm doing. Okay. Now I can show you what I'm doing. So, on the back end here, I've got a router, an express router. It has a subrouter under it called content. This router is called API, which is up here, and then in my Vite config, down here, API gets rerouted to localhost 3000, which is what the actual web server is running on. So that's what I was gonna say. That's all what I was gonna say. Here we are. Essentially, if you type -API, it goes to localhost 3000, and then in production this changes, right? So it's like aliased. In production it uses a different port. which I probably need to change. I'm not sure. I'll figure that out when I actually deploy this thing, which is always what you want to hear. The actual route itself, I don't like its music. I mean, I like it, just not for speaking over. So what this route does, which is not going to be how it works at all, this just takes an ID, right? So you do, in the project system I had, it's route, which is projects, dash ID, and then you would be able to pull that specific project. It's a little bit complicated, not at all what I'm doing. This is going to be images, or photo album. It's fine. We'll just call it photos. How's about that? Content dash photos. And then it doesn't need to look at your ID at all, because we're not actually requesting it like that. We don't need to pull anything from projects. What I do need to do is grab all of the images and send those. How do I send images? Can I do that? I don't think I've ever done that in my whole entire life. Through node route. I know this is possible. I've just never done it. Res.send file. So I'm learning about stuff I did not know about before. Let me put back on some Celeste. How's about that? Cache that output trying to server. Okay, I see. So the way that people are doing this, let's actually open up. Let's open up some Lucid. We'll see how I can explain this, because this is interesting and not something I really have set up at the moment. Yeah, this is a little bit more complicated than I expected. I might go back and just make these static for the time being to avoid all of the headache here. So this is not related to the snack site at all. So what people are doing, and actually, you know, let's diagram some of this out. So we've got, here, let me grab some more shapes. Can I, not UML, sure, network infrastructure is fine. We'll borrow some of these. So you've got your PC. And on your PC is a client. For most people, this is Google, right? Some people use Bing because they have issues in their life that they need to resolve. But regardless, you got this client. There we go. I don't want the default to be dotted. The PC user has this client, which is their browser. Technically, there's 2 layers here, but we'll talk about that at some point if I ever do any sort of tokens. And inside that client, we have various concepts. So, like HTML, we've got ideas of CSS. Should change this to be capital. There we go. HTML, CSS. JavaScript. Right, these are the main three that kind of rule the internet. They run things. And this is where our application lives. So let's actually mark that down as well. And I can zoom in. So I'm being a good presenter here. Snack site. I want no fill to be the default. There we go. And I want this to be the default. So we've got our snack site here. Actually, I changed this back. We've got our snack site here, and inside of the snack site, we've got HTML, we've got CSS, we've got JavaScript, and nothing else. I will draw more lines here. We've also got you. Where are you? Here you are. You have no fill color. User. There we go. Great pun. And you type away on your PC, you open up your browser, and you go to the snack site. Well, this says HTML's got CSS, it's got JavaScript. And it's also got a bunch of other files, but we'll worry about that in a second. And then we've got our server on the back end. This is not a mainframe, just a server, really. What color? This color? That's fine. We've got our server. This is a web server. It's behind a whole bunch of other stuff. It's like, you know, firewalls and proxies and all that bullshit. And on our web server, yoink. On our web server, we're running Node, which I will show in a second. Node.js, and then inside of Node, we're running the Express browser. Or Express router. And these are two totally different applications. So, and actually, let's look in the code, and we'll see this stuff. So, we've got here our back end and our front end. This front end is written in a framework, but eventually this does get converted into JavaScript and HTML. We can actually see that. Let's pop back to our Snack the Cat website. If we click inspect, we can see what it's actually getting, what the browser is actually getting. The browser does not get view at all. It gets just doc type HTML. All this stuff inserted into the app div here, right? We can also see if I go to sources, I can see all of this folder. So I can see the images. We've got snack.jpg. We've got snack.jpg again. We've also got some Vite info. This is because it's running through Vite and not through Node. We've got our Node modules. We've got source. So we have a bunch of stuff in it. This actually does have the view files. You can see them. They are just not, it's not the same. Right, so everything is written in JavaScript. We see all of our JS files here. Right, so everything gets converted back into JavaScript and HTML and CSS. Up back to here. Oh yeah, you can also see your CSS. It's Where's that at? Oh, it's right here. I'm very smart. I can read what's on the page. Sometimes. Let's jump back here. So we've got Express. The way that apparently what I'm reading here, I'm reading some like Reddit forum stuff and some documentation on Stack Overflow. The standard, instead of sending things as a file, so say I request a file going from our snack site here, and I say, hey, server, give me photo. So this is API dash router. Is that right? What is it called? Hang on. What do you call it? API dash content. API dash content dash photos. There's one way we can do it where we ask it for our photos, and it will send photos to the client. So if we take this and we say, I want photo, and then server send back. It's quiet. Server send back photos. Right? Instead of doing that, what typically happens is you say, I want photos, and the server sends back photo location. Right? And this is a little bit of code here. So imagine there's some, like a code string, essentially a hashed value describing where the photo is. And then you take this and you say, okay, I know photo location. We go to different server, completely different server, called a CDN. A CDN is a content delivery network. CDN. And the CDN will have the photo storage server under it. And then you take your photo location, and actually let's break this out just a little bit more. How's about that? Take our HTML, CSS over. Send this to the back. So we got photo request. This is extremely rough. I understand that this is not a fully accurate representation of what's going on, but it should give you the basic idea here. I got this. Yoink. Oh shoot. There we go. We get back photo location. And then we take our photo location and we say, hey, CDN, storage, I've got this photo location. Give me back photo. And then it gives you a photo back because it's nice and it trusts you. And then this gives you back the photo. So what this allows you to do is cache everything correctly so that it's really fast. Right? Because if you got all your photos in here. Do I have photos? Hang on. We'll get photo. Chomp. Here we go. Copy. Paste. I don't know why it's shiny like that. That's very strange. So we've got photos in there. Let's copy this. Let's grab one more. I don't want to run out of images, so just copy over a few. Right, so we've got a few photos that we want. We ask the server, give me the location of the photos, and it goes and it digs around in the scroungy basement that is a database. And out of the cobwebs and dust, it retrieves the location of your photo, and it gives it to you, the location, I mean, not the photo. And you look at the location, you say, okay, I'm going to take this to the CDN photo storage, for lack of a word that I don't actually know. And I say, CDN, give me photo with this location. You know how that works, right? And the CDN says, yep, here's your photo, and it gives it back to you. And anyone, I guess, could go and like look in the photo storage and say, I need this photo. But there's so many photos for the largest like social media sites that you couldn't just ever guess one of these and be able to attribute it to someone specific. Unless you had like a really big AI model that could go through and analyze a ton of photos, that feels like a serious security violation. I don't know why you do it like this. This seems like an archaic solution that worked for a while, but is becoming less and less secure with the slow advancement of technology, or the quick advancement of technology. This seems like this could be a serious, you know, threat vector for having your personal information stolen. If I were going to advise you, which this is not legal or professional advice in any way, I might not want to put photos up on social media of myself, because they could be traced back to me very much more easily now than they could before, especially with the rise of quantum computing, which can do things like reverse hashing. Anyway, that was a lot. They can also break encryption. It's not scary, but I'm not scared. It is scary. I'm not scared. Anyway, I don't think I'm going to do it like this. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have it send me the file. Can I send more than one file? Can I send more than one file through a send file? I can't send it like in a database, right? How would I do that? Oh, you need to like create streams and stuff? Oh, this seems hefty. It seems much easier just to put it in public and call it a day. If you're wondering what programming is like, it's this. It's always this. And if you want a different experience where programming is not like this, do something else. Don't become a programmer. It is so much of just, how do I do this? Look up how to do it. Ingrain how to do it into your skull and take notes and study it, and then do it. And then do that over and over and over again for the rest of eternity. So if you don't like learning, every single day of your whole life, don't become a programmer. You will hate yourself. And then keeping your thoughts organized, like memorizing that this is how current photo storage for large social media sites works is this is never how I would have guessed that this functioned. But like reading on it, this is how they do it, I guess. Oh, I can use static? Zipping the files? This all seems inelegant. I feel like there should be an elegant solution for how to just send a batch of files. That isn't this. This seems like an unsolved problem that we've put a band-aid on. I guess if it works, who cares, but... Well, this is not a web server. This is a CDN. And yes, the CDN does not technically look like a single server. I understand that. I'm well aware that the infrastructure is not nearly this simple. This is a picture. The picture is a pun in it, so it's not perfect. It is a bit weird because I work in software, and so all day I'm doing like technical professional stuff, like really professional diagramming, and to just throw stuff out like this is very fun. Like, this is good enough. Instead of laboring over 3 hours of creating the perfect documentation to explain to someone who doesn't know anything about what I'm doing, how and why I'm doing it. Sorry, now I'm looking up through a now I'm looking up how I actually want to do this in my site, because I'm not gonna use a CDN for this. I have no reason. That's not right. Do an import all. What is this? This is new to me. I guess I could do that. It's kind of a pain in the ass though. Or we could do something a little bit silly. That might be fun. I think people would be on me about how inefficient the solution that just popped in my head was. Webpack. What the fuck is this? Let me try something else. Sorry everyone, I'm looking through documentation and things on how I want to do this. A meta import. This is new. Interesting. Okay. I can get the file names as well? Oh shit. I was getting old documentation for Webpack, which is not what I'm using. I'm using Vite. Which is part of why I was confused. Let's pop back to the code. Oh, where's the code? There's the code. Look at this guy. This image is called Diet Time because this is the photo where I realized that the cat probably needs to eat less food. And so we've been doing that. Anyway. Instead of having a route for this, I'm not going to. I've decided to not do this way. What I'll do instead is... I'm going to move this. Public images. I should just add a new folder. That folder is going to be called... what is this folder going to be called? Photos. There we go. And we're going to copy all of the images into photos. Now move. Okay. Now... in our component, which I've not created yet. New file. Photo section. Dot view. And since I've got so few photos, this should be okay. I will copy over the about section dot view. But I don't have to think about it. I will clear this out. There we go. Something like that. Okay. So we're going to do what's called a meta import. This is new to me, so I might get this wrong. Meta glob. This is something that Vite does, so if you're using a different framework or Webpack instead of Vite, this might be different for you. By the way, it's just what I have in my Vite config. Aliases to the source directory, essentially. at assets. Oh, I can put it in assets. That's a good idea. Let's do that. Because then Vite can see it. At assets dash photos dash, and then this is going to be some regex. I am not going to explain regex to you because I don't want to. I don't know what this does. Eager. And now I do have something I could copy, but I think it's important that you type your stuff out. If it's the first time you're learning something, just to get it in your hands and understand exactly what it is you're doing. Why is this, does this need to be backticks? No. What the heck? I'll need to figure that out. That's strange. What the fuck? Okay, I guess. I need to convert this object into an array now, which is going to be a map. This is just const like. Is someone mowing the lawn right now? It's winter. In 2:30. What are we doing, guys? I can't imagine the grass is that keen on sprouting up right now. Given that there's snow and ice. What are we Ugh. Okay. Const images object trees image object dot map path source okay, and then this map is going to be its name path dot split which just splits everything based on the delimiter, which is going to be the slash here. Dot pop, which will just pop off the last item. And then our source, which is our actual image. But this is still causing me grief. Hang on. What? Yeah, backtick should work. This usually completely changes how everything is parsed. It's just giving me grief for some reason. Hang on. Do photo path maybe? This should fix it. And then I can give him one of these. Copy this out. I clicked the wrong button to copy. That's very strange behavior. That is not at all normal. What's this complaining about? Identifier expected true is a boolean. This is TypeScript. What is it freaking out about? What? No, fix it. I have Claude? Where did I get Claude? I misspelled something. Wait. I want to find out what I actually misspelled. Import meta glob. Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. Oh, I'm just a fucking idiot. Hang on. Alright, no one flame me for that. That was a very simple mistake that I messed up. I will... forget that I messed that up. I'm sure everyone is yelling at their screens. Hey, that's still broken. I don't like that. We'll be fine. Now, I need to loop through everything. And I will just throw some bullshit here, and then we'll come up with a better idea. Because I think I'm going to paginate this, and I'll have it do an animation or some bullshit. So, but this is a good excuse to look at what loops look like in Vue. Image and the index. I don't really need the index, do I? I can use it as the key, I guess. And images. I like this song a lot. This is that same, we're using a property, but we're making the property JavaScript. So this I and this I are the same. And the reason it's keyed is for speed reasons, as far as I'm aware. And the source is going to be image dot source. What I really should do is I should make each of these a div. And the div gets this info. Right? And then we throw our image in the div here. Right, we don't need this closing tag because it's invalid. Save. We don't need that for loop. We have this source. I will set a height and a width on it in a second. Yeah, this is gonna look like hot trash, but that's fine. We'll see if this actually worked. I've never done this, this import meta glob before. This is new to me, so this is cool that I actually get to learn something. How is stream looking? We're good? Yeah, we're good. So if we look back at the Snack the Cat website, the pictures don't appear at all. Now the reason for this is, well, I don't know, but the reason for this is because I did not import. Let me close this other site. There we go. I did not import everything correctly because I was rushing. Landing page. We missed the photo section. Oh, this will auto import. That's right. There we go. Now, if I look at page, it errored. Could only use literals. Huh? Eh? What? What? This is new. I see. Okay, you can't use the variable in oh, the thing I missed, by the way, that was on screen, is I forgot to import this photo section here. So what's erroring is the fact that I have this as a variable. It's not allowed to be. It's got to be, even though it's a constant, you need to set it like this. And now that's going to cause an error for the whatever is going on. I'm honestly not sure why it's being parsed like this. That's not correct. Because now this is fine. Why the photo's not showing up though? What are we erroring about? Type check failed for prop title. Selected string with the value undefined. Can I not clear this? I'm gonna reload this page. I'm gonna see what errors I get. I think the photos fixed itself. I don't want to assume anything, but it looks like there are photos of my cat on the website now. And they appear to be just a little bit too big, I think. Just a tiny little bit too big. Oh my gosh, look at this guy. Should leave the website just like this. Look at how cute this guy is. Look how adorable this is. This is the best. He's got a sweater on in this one. Oh, you can see my old loft bed that I built. Oh, this one he was trapped in a pack and play. See, I'm not sponsored by them, but Pack and Play is right here. And he was trapped in one of these things, and there was a little hole in it, and he tried to crawl his way out, and he got stuck. He got stuck with his mouth around the netting, and with his shoulder caught in it. So we couldn't let him go on the Pack and Play anymore. It was a risk, a health risk. I shared this photo on my YouTube page. He's got a knife in this one. That's fun. This one, he's just sleeping. Real funny. This is another cat. And him and Snag were hanging out. Oh, he's so spread out. I don't know why he did that. Oh, this one. Look at how adorable this face is. Oh. Okay, I need to fix the image sizing here. But this is very funny. Okay, now I guess I'll change. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna change. I'd like it just to be a thing you can click through. But I understand on mobile that's not going to be as simple. So I don't know. I feel like a thing you can click or swipe through would be easiest. I will have to figure out swipe controls for mobile, because I know most folks are going to be looking at this on their phone. But as far as the image goes, I mean, I can style this stuff really quick. This div is going to be class. Class what? Class image. Image box. There we go. Look at me. And then its width is going to be 100% of its container. Classic. Oh my gosh. And I actually don't want its height to be auto. But I'll figure that out in a minute. This also needs an H tag. Not H2, H3. And this will describe the image.name. Let's look at I'm just gonna close a ton of this stuff. It's in my way. Subheader, I will take this, I will steal this. And I will change its font size. I don't know, 2 rem is fine. And now, if I go back and I look at my site here, we can see blur.jpg. I should probably remove the .jpg, right? Path.split.pop .split dot and then I want 0. Cool. Chilling. There we go. Now these act as just titles for the actual image you see. Chomp. Close the door. Clothed. Premiere. Diet time. That's funny. Hiding from the vet. What's the funniest one? Oh, I know the fun. Sleeps like a dead llama is my favorite image title out of the bunch. Because he sleeps like a dead llama. If you've never seen llamas with hats, go watch it, by the way. But if you've never seen llamas with hats, at some point in the show, you see a dead llama. I won't spoil it. And it's like its front legs are curled under it, and it's kind of just slumped onto its face, which is really sad and depressing in the show. But my cat sleeps like he's a slumped over dead animal, and it's always funny. It's always like goofy and silly. Okay. Now, let's hop back here. Let's change the image. Tag under here. Image. The image size should be, I don't know. I want to adjust its width more than anything. Maybe I just make the width 75% of its container and call it a day, and we'll see how that looks. This is better. I mean, it's really simple, obviously. It's all like, I didn't get all of that song, I guess. I don't know why that cut off. In a minute, I'm gonna have it so you only see one photo at a time. I just need to figure out exactly how I'm gonna do that. The easiest way would be with Bootstrap, but I'm not installing Bootstrap on this because I'm trying to be. I don't know. I want to do it on my own. I said I'd build the website. I don't want to go through bootstrapping everything. Uh-oh, I knocked stuff off my desk. Okay, here's how I'm imagining this. So I can map these both out with the path and the source. I can also add another tag that's the cursor, right? Or another property that's the cursor. And I will just set it to false for all of these. And then during setup, because this gets pulled in setup, I can set images on mounted is what I want, right? I can't even see that because of the way that things are going. How does this work again? I don't remember. Do I have this anywhere else in code that I can look at? Display box? No, probably not. Oh, there's thunder in the music. I was concerned it's sunny. If there were thunder, I'd be kind of freaked out. Now it's toggling. Let me look this up. I should know this, but I don't. Life cycle hooks for view. Composition API, unmounted. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is actually simple. There we go. I should have guessed that that's how that worked. But listen, that's my day off. I'm working on my day off, so we'll be fine. Unmounted images dot, or images 0, so the first image, not insert, there we go. Dot cursor, we're going to set equal to true. So we would start on the first image. I guess I could give everyone a random image. No, that seems like a pain in the ass. What was I on? We're listening to the Marble Machine song. All of this music, or a lot of this music I've been playing today, comes from the Vintegatten, the band Vintegatten, and they've got all their music up under a license I will add to the bottom of the video. Actually, I'm gonna do that right now. Just a moment. Just so I don't forget. Cool. Sorry everyone, I need to under my video. The VOD on Twitch will not be available. If you're looking for Twitch VODs, go to YouTube. That's the best place to find it. Getting my music selection through on Twitch is such a pain, it's not worth my time in the slightest. Clips are fine. Go clip the Twitch VOD. But yeah, I just can't have my backlog there. Restream got its thing here. Sorry everyone. I'm not gonna put all the song titles here because I can't. So I'm gonna hope that Martin doesn't get too upset with me. I've adjusted the credit I'm giving a little bit. I'm not giving you the exact track name, but please, if you're interested, go get the license and put this on your channel, or just listen to it. The music's all free. Okay. Back to it. Code. So what I've changed, and you probably didn't see this, I added this on-mounted. This is going to run as soon as this component gets loaded into the DOM. That's just essentially the tree of all of the items on the web page is the DOM. And then that's going to set the first image, its cursor value, which is set to false for everything, to true. This stuff does get run first. And then in here we've got the image name, we've got the image source, and then all of these have an index. And the index goes from 0 to however many images there are. So what I need to find out, I don't need to find that at all. This is very simple. So I've got this H3 here. And I actually don't want to loop through any of this, right? Right. What I want instead is we'll have one image box. Inside of that is going to be this image title. We've got the image source. Additionally, I want another div here. This div will contain the title. like this. And it will contain another value, which is going to be an H4 tag. No, this will be a P tag. My bad. But the P tag is going to look like the title, so. Except it will have font size 1.5 rem. And then this div, this class is going to be image header. And the image header is going to be display flex. And then align items. It should be left. We're gonna do space between. What are my options? Stretch, center, end. It should be justify content, my bad. Space around. There we go. And then let's take a look back at our image here. This is fucked up. That's not right. Why is this incorrect? Image header. Oh, this p tag is not assigned anything. It should be assigned the I need a ref. Hang on. Constant current image equals ref. Import ref from view. Should be 0. Starts at 0. Then I don't need the cursor thing at all. That's fine. But I don't need the unmounted either. That should be A-okay. Images. Images. And then this will be current image. I don't think I need dot value there. That should be fine, right? I don't even think this needs to be a ref. Maybe it does. How's code going? Figured out some damage calculations for my game. Code is going well. I am just working through it like always. The p tag here is going to be current image out of Images.length. We'll see if that did it. No. Well, unfortunately, no. Why is this not working? Why is none of this displaying? It's saying there's nothing under pictures. Well, this is news to me, friend. Cannot describe property type. Oh, does it just need a refresh? No. Image was accessed during render but is not defined in instance. That's an error I've never seen in my whole life. Cannot read properties of undefined reading source. Oh, because image isn't defined. Hang on. That could be my problem. There we go. Perfect. I will need to align this content in a second. Now, we've got the 0th image out of our selection of images here. Still a bit big for my taste. Let me drop this down from 75 to 50. I will do some clamping and everything on that value, exactly what the width is going to be when I adjust things for mobile. The reason I'm not adjusting for mobile right now is because I only have an extra 45 minutes. And it's going to be a while of me just sitting doing math, so... Justify content space around, and then align items. Center. Now if we hop back here, these are both aligned properly. This is a little bit smaller. Is it stretched vertically? I can't really tell. Oh, you know what I can do? Okay, I'm gonna clamp it like this. So the max width is going to be 75% of the page. And the max height what will the max height be? So I can't make this a percentage value because the height of a web page goes infinitely downwards by default. I do my best to design applications that never exceed the bottom of the page. So like if you need something that scrolls infinitely, you open a window pane on top of it and then you scroll that. You never scroll the actual window down. But that's not a rule, that's just my design philosophy. Let me get some tea. Okay. The max height. How should I set the max height here? I could do viewport width, which might make sense. So the max height it could possibly be is going to be 75 view height, which is the actual height of your browser window that it's displaying in. Oh shit, you can't see that. My bad, my bad. I changed this, the image tag. Okay, let's go back to the HTML effect things. I like this a little bit better. This also needs padding. This title. Let me see how the CSS is working out here. I don't think this needs a padding for the top. So image box, the width is 100%, that's fine. Padding top is going to be 0 pixels. Oh no, let's do like 1 rem. Or, fuck it, 0.5 rem. Just really small. So let's make that padding around the whole thing. 0.5 rem for the whole thing, padding. I can also display it flex. Display. Flex. And then same thing with these. Now this would be stupid of me, wouldn't it? I'm gonna leave it like this. I know how to change that. Oh, you can't even see what it's doing. Damn it. Damn darn it. I edited this. I changed the padding, look at me. That just adds a little gap down here so it doesn't look so strange. And it didn't change much actually, up here. Which is what I was hoping for. Oh, the actual headings have a huge ass margin on them. Wait, yeah, that's margin. Why? And the P tag also has a huge margin on it. I should do image header. Yeah. Should be margin, I don't know, like, I guess 0.5 rem is cool. I know you're not meant to use rem for everything, but it scales pretty nicely. Get some high energy music, huh? Oh, you still couldn't see the page. I feel like an idiot. Can I also just put H3 in here? How does that work? No, that broke it. There is a way to do this, to assign to multiple. I just forget how to... like this. Yes. Yeah, that fixed it for the most part. And then... I feel like the bottom margin on the H2 tags are a little too big. So let's jump back in and fix that really quick. That's subheader, H2, margin, bottom, 0.75 rem. Jump back here. And this is a little bit better. I like this a little bit more. I think the width of both of these need to fit content, right? So for the H3 and the H2 tag, they need to fit content. Jump back to our photo section. H3, H2, or H3 and P. There's width needs to fit content. Width. Fit content. Okay, now they're both a bit more central to the page here, which is fine. That image tag also needs to be center justified per my vision of what this is going to look like. So inside the image box, if we display flex it, they're all going to line up side by side. But I think if I just align items or justify content, see if that does it. No. Okay. Oh. I did not know you could do this. Let's see if this actually works. I guess it's probably not. You never know. No, did not. Let's say display it as block. I don't know what it sets it to by default. No. What I tried was to set display block and auto margin it, but that did not seem to do anything. I could set display block on the image, maybe, and then give it auto margins. Margin left, auto. Well, that did something. That's not really what I wanted, but we're making progress. Nice. Here we are. Now, what do I want to do? Now I want buttons I can click on the page. What happened to the video section? Where did that go? Hang on. Where did this go? It's like not there. Why is the video section not at all on the page? about, pictures. And we've just got nothing under it. This is strange. And I don't like it. Is it not displaying for some reason? No, pictures is just the last one. What? That's not allowed to be how that is. Am I eating stupid juice? Why is this not showing up? This is... I'm not stupid, am I? I am, but... I'm gonna give it something in here. There we go. And we're gonna see if that fixes it. But, okay, now the videos are back. Why are there 2 pages? You know what? Refresh and fix it? I don't care. Okay. I don't think I need all that text, so let's just... I'm just gonna give it a P tag and call it a day for that. World height. I spelled both of those words correctly on accident. I was just tapping keys, and I typed world and high correctly. Exactly. Brilliant. Brilliant. Oh, you can't even see it. Oh. Well, shit. Okay. I think I'm at the end of my wits here. But if I can add buttons and we can have this move on the screen, that'd be pretty badass. So let's do it. Okay. Now, under the photo section, I need 2 buttons. There are button tags already built into things. I am probably going to use those because it makes sense. It just makes sense. And you know what? I'm going to take this image header and I'm going to make it an image footer as well. This will store my controls. I might change this at some point, but for now it's going to store my controls, which are going to be a button. Button 1 and button 2. Let's see what this looks like without... Oh, you can't even see it. I did not click the right button. Now I've got 2 buttons, one here and one here. Let's do some more styling on that. This button will have this arrow. Can I escape this? How does this work? No one flame me for this. I'm sure there is some sort of HTML code you can put in to get left and right brackets. I'm not doing it. I need those characters specifically on the page. We'll pull back up the page, and now we've got this arrow and this arrow. In the final version, I'll change those to SVGs, and so they won't actually be that character. For now, I'm using a placeholder. I can also change the size of the text in there. So if I go down here, let's get us a button, font size. Let's go 2 rem. You couldn't even see that. That's fine. 2 rem is probably a little bit too big. Let's go 1.5 instead. That way they're smaller than all the titles. Did I even change it? I changed it. It does not look like it, does it? Anyway, we've got 2 buttons, left and right. Now I need to assign on click to both of these. And I also need a condition to gray them out, which I definitely remember how to do, and I won't look that up at all. Brain, what were we doing? I forget. Man. What is it, on click? No? Is it V on click? Hang on. It's at click. Okay. V on was correct, but at click is more normal, I guess. This will run a specific function on click. What I'm gonna have it do is I'm gonna go to current image, and I'm gonna go plus equals 1. And then I'm going to add another one. This will be minus equals 1. And we're going to see if this works. Hang on. This is minus, this is plus. Now, I can advance the image. See, do you want to see an error? That's causing an error on the back end, I'm sure. Yeah. It's undefined. It's setting it lower than 1, which means it's going to take me a little bit to get back to 1. You can also see how the page is growing and shrinking. I also don't like that, because it gets in the way of the controls. It makes it a real pain in the ass. The image is also too close to the buttons. So what that's telling me is that the image needs a margin bottom of 0.5 rem, which is kind of what we're using for this section here, and that the height of the image box needs to be somewhere around the largest image, right? So exactly how big that is, I don't know. I can just always set the image box to have a height of 80 view height. That should be fine. I don't think that's going to cause any serious issues. We'll see. We'll see in a second. Because the max height is 75 view height. Actually, what if this image box doesn't get the photo title in there? Oh, I was gonna adjust this manually somewhere else. I'll play with this a little bit more in a second. If I jump back to here, you can see that this is the way that this is. I still need to chase after the buttons. Also, I noticed another issue. It starts counting as 0, which is normal for me, but it shouldn't be. It should be current image plus 1 at all times. And then I need to set the active status button. button active state. Oh, that's for CSS. I don't need that. Yeah, okay, I need to set a disabled condition here. The button's going to be disabled when... Hey, what the heck? Click. Come on. There we go. The button is going to be disabled when current image is equal to 0. And this one will be disabled when current image is equal to images.length -1. Now, if I drop back to... Oh, I still need to chase this. The buttons need to stay static, essentially. Is my trouble now. Because chasing after everything is not my fave. So now when we're on the first image, you can't click the button to go any lower. You can't break it. And when you're at the top, I won't go through, but when you're at the top, this one will be disabled. Right, so... Now... What do now? Is that annoying? Is that annoying enough? Also, if you can hear my breathing, my nose is so stuffy right now that the air pressure coming out of my nose whenever I breathe out is like way higher than it should be. Wow. Is the music that loud? It's at -10. I'll turn it down some more. Now it's at -12. Is that better? I guess I could also crank the gain on my mic. But then I'll peak a lot. It's a little better. I mean, I can turn the music like way down. We'll go to -15. Then I'll come through crystal clear. And I'll speak loudly like I'm in charge. And not like I got 4 hours of sleep last night. And I've only been able to stay awake for this long because I've had a half a gallon of black tea today. I don't know what receptors your caffeine works on. But, well, I should clarify, I got 4 hours of sleep last night. Today is my day off. In theory, I should have been able to sleep in. I get significantly less sleep during the week because I am doing extra curricular activities, stuff outside of my career, like making YouTube videos. You can't even see the code. Come back to Codeland, huh? So now, what do I need to do? Now I need to make this image header. I'll give it another class. There shouldn't even be image header. There should be like image box block. Or bar, I guess, works. And then I will get us another image, like control bar is fine, I guess. Which just needs to float down. Is float bottom correct here? We'll see. Probably not. No, it wasn't correct. Oh, you know what I could do? There's a flex direction I forgot about. Okay, hang on. We're so back. The image box. Display flex. God, where would we be without flex, dude? Flex, and then I want the flex direction to be column. So instead of being lefty-righty, it'll be uppy-downy, and this is perfect. Exactly what I spelled direction wrong. Only one R in direction. And then I want to justify my content with space between. And we're gonna see how this works. I think this will work. Chat, I hate to tell you this, but I think I'm a genius. Wait. Why is it fucked up on the last one? Not the last one, the second to last one. Why is that one weird? What is so off about this image? I was gonna be so triumphant. I was about to be so triumphant. Because the rest of this looks so good. Okay, actually I want to see what's changing here. I suspect that... Is the whole height of the thing changed? This should be a fixed height. What am I talking about? Oh, and the hyped up music was gone. Okay. I need to get hyped up. I need to get hyped up. The next musical selection will not be from Vintegatten. This will be from the Guilty Gear soundtrack. Enjoy. What changes here? The image box. Okay, now is the image box bigger? No, it's not. Items in it are exceeding its container. Why? This is not right. So this image then is just able to get too vertical. Why? Why? I mean, your max height is 75% of the view height. So if your max width is 75%, and your max height is 75 view height, could it be that the total height of everything is just exceeding the 80 view height here? So I need to clamp the max height more. So what if I said like 60 view height? Now, everything is inside of the image box. And it doesn't look like it's moving anymore. Great news. This is much better. Hell yeah. That's clean. Flex is great. Flex is great. If you're building a website and you're not bootstrapping it, you're building it by hand, Flex is your best friend. Oh, is Flex great. Man. Well, now I did that. I guess I could style this a bit more. How do I want to style this? I should give it a background? Does it need a background? Do you need a background? Do you need a background? I could give this the same image frame that the rest of this has. I like how bad looking the frame being like separated from the images. It's like a very old school web dev thing of just how many parameters can we squeeze into this one space to show that we know what all the CSS properties are. Okay, I'm gonna add that. Which means I need from the header, page header. Ow. I need to move the mid-dark border to base CSS. Actually, technically this should go in main CSS and then it gets imported because it's a class and not directly editing a tag. But I'll be okay. I'm only going to do this a few times and I don't care to import it all. Now. Photo section. Oh shit. How did this work for the other one? For the page header? How did this work? I put the mid-dark border on the image itself. I see this, I can see the future, and this is going to cause issues, but we'll live. Oh, you can't even see it. Hang on. Code. Get back here. You can't escape the code lesson. This mid-dark border, I moved it into base CSS and into here. It doesn't go in there. It should go in a different file that gets imported. But I don't care. Because it's like 4 p.m. It's about the end of the day, and I wanna go home to my family, you know? Even though I'm at home already. Now, we'll see how this affects the page. We've got our mid-dark border here. We've got it here as well. It's in both places. I want to make sure this functionality is not changed. So, what changed here, the reason I'm retesting this, is because the padding here is not... Okay. When you assign a width to an item, it doesn't assign the total height of the entire tag. You can see that we've got a few items here. We've got a border, we've got padding, and we've got margin on either side. When you calculate the width or the height of an object in, or a DOM element in HTML, CSS, the width only cares about this blue section here. So that's the actual item width, which is set to 60 view height. 60% of the view height. And then you've got this outer image box here, which is set to 80% of the view height. Right, so if we make this image too big, it'll squeeze other parts out of the bounding box, and it'll screw up the functionality. It'll make everything jump up and down. Don't want that. Bad. Now, I want to put the entire box here in its own box to kind of bound everything. And I'll make these buttons look more appropriate to the site later on. Button styling is a pain in the ass. You just have to give it a lot of CSS to make it work. So I'm gonna do it off camera, so I can fumble with it a lot. Not that I haven't been fumbling today a whole bunch. Okay. Now I'm gonna make another border, and it's gonna be 4 pixels, and it's gonna be, instead of mid-dark, it's gonna be dark. It's gonna be called dark border. Surprise, surprise. And that's gonna be using this color here, dark. So now, in the image box, I can also give it a dark border. And I click save, and we go back to the site. Got a whole box around it now. This is fine, because the site will scale down. Actually, what does this look like in mobile? It works in mobile. I do kind of hate it. I detest that it looks like this in mobile. Tablet screen's not bad. This is fine on a tablet screen. You know what's really throwing me is the outside bounding box here is not the size I want it to be. It's too thick. The graphic design part of me, is that too loud? It's pretty loud in my headphones. The graphic design part of my brain says that the lighter line here is thinner than it looks for some reason. I think it's because the background interacting with the edges of the border here. And on this seems thicker than this for some reason, and I don't think that's right. It just stands out more. It's like a more abrupt color. So I need to make it thinner so it looks lighter. Or so I perceive it as lighter, right? So what if I make this like 2 pixels? Go back here. This is better. I like this more. We look at it in mobile view. That's much. It still has that kind of shitty quality to it that I'm after. The kind of shitty quality of like a 15-year-old kid who didn't know what they were doing put this together for like a school project. Like square edges, none of this is rounded off at all. It does not look anything like the style of websites that are developed today. And I think this is really getting at the spirit of what I want. Which is great. All while maintaining the user experience that I like. On mobile, you should be able to swipe left and right for this. I'll need to figure that out. The button should still stay there. Because I feel like the aesthetic I want would not have buttons. Or the aesthetic I want wouldn't take the buttons out from mobile. It would leave them there, and it would just be annoying. But it would also have swiping, so that, you know, it's not just really fucking annoying to click tiny buttons on mobile. Okay. I could do the same thing with the about and just split up all of everything about Snack into chapters. That would be very funny. But anyway, that's all I have time for today. I need to go do other stuff. Actually, let's really quick, while I've got you here, let's push this to Git. Typically, when you're committing things to GitHub, or to just to Git in general, you don't commit all this stuff at once. But I was supposed to leave already. So I'm just gonna add this. What I add today? I added header information. Let's just call it a feature. And I'm gonna say added photos to the site. And that encompasses a lot of stuff, but for the most part it is mostly just the photos that I added. The photos page and the header photo. So we will stage all of that stuff. Again, if you're doing this, be like a bit more specific, but there we go. See if it yells at me about Git stuff. I need to push this from my there we go. Okay, cool. That's gonna do it for me, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out. I know technical coding stuff isn't everyone's bag, but